So today I'm bringing guys a brand new sports cards video. In today's video, I'm going to be naming something that is causing a lot of downward pressure to sports cards and what I believe is going to be the future for this. Now, before we get into that, I did want to say real quick, this week's giveaway is an Anthony Edwards Prism Silver and a PSA 9, around $125 card. If you guys want a free chance to enter and to win this card, all you have to do is subscribe, like this video, and follow me on Instagram at itskanalahuja. That's where we will be announcing the giveaway winners. So definitely go ahead and follow on Instagram to stay tuned with this giveaway. So yeah, without further ado, we are going to hop right into this video. So as you guys know, a lot of people right now use alt for comps. Alt has been one of the main places that people have been finding comps and using comps, especially at sports card shows and when making deals through Facebook and Instagram. Now, of course, with alt being so big and their cards, commanding the comps, because of course, not only does it show eBay auctions, but it also shows My Slabs, alt, and other places that cards can sell, such as different auction houses, Golden, PWCC, Leland's auction. So there's a lot of different data coming into alt, and it's filtering all sales from all these different places. Now, of course, with this being the leading driver and indicator of sports card prices, there lies a big problem with valuating all these comps at the same value. Because, of course, if we look at this Justin Herbert Contenders, for example, this card has been selling for all kinds of different prices across eBay, alt, and My Slabs. Yet there is a big difference with these sales. A lot of people do not see a big difference, but for sellers who have sold these cards on My Slabs, this card right here that was sold for $4,500, the seller only paid 1% seller fee. So the seller netted around $4,400, give or take, maybe a little bit more, but they paid barely over $45 in profit. So maybe they netted around $4,450. Whereas this guy who sold it on eBay for $5,100 netted around, they paid around 13% fees and probably netted around $4,400 as well. So people look at these comps and they say the last two comps might have been $5,100 and $4,500, but in reality, these are around the same price. They're just on different places that have different, fee structures. So if you see a comp for $5,100, then a comp for $4,500, the card did not go down $600. In fact, the card just comped at a different place. So on alt, you pay less fees. On My Slabs, you pay less fees. So the comps are going to be a little bit lower. And a lot of people think that this is causing the prices to go down because people see the new comp that is lower than the last comp. And then now if you're buying it in person, you want to buy it at under $4,000 because the last one sold for $4,500. When in reality, a My Slabs comp is pretty much like an in-person comp. People at card shows should be paying close to the My Slabs comps because the seller netted almost the same price. Whereas on eBay, people should be paying around 10 to 15% under that because the seller on eBay paid 13% in fees. And so there's a big difference between all of these different comps, and I think people are not quite realizing that. You can see My Slabs comps always being lower than the eBay comps. And that does make sense because the My Slabs and the eBay sellers could be netting the same amount of money, but My Slabs just has less fees. And so I think when you see these comps going down and down because they're coming on different auction houses or different places, such as My Slabs, people assume that the market's going down and now the next comp is going to be even lower than that. Or maybe someone on eBay will now take $4,500 because the My Slabs one sold for $4,500, and then that's going to cause another effect of just the card continuing to fall in value. And so I think this is something that the hobby's not as aware of right now, and I haven't seen many people talking about it, especially in person. If people are buying off of the My Slabs comp, it doesn't make sense because you should not be paying under the My Slabs comp because that is pretty much an in-person transaction fee-wise. it's pretty much you're netting around the same price if you sell it in person or on my slabs. And so I hope that really makes sense. I hope I explained that well. But it's causing a lot of cards to really go down in price, and it's driving prices down a little bit because the new comps are going to be lower and lower if they're sold on my slabs or alt or different places other than eBay. And so I think if you are buying it in person, you should be going off of only the eBay comps, or only the comps, using based on what the seller is actually getting for their card, instead of what the actual face value comp price is. And so I definitely think this is something that needs to have a lot of work on. Because if, the next person sells it on eBay for $4,500, then the My Slab seller is going to want, probably willing to take $4,000 because they're gonna net the same price as selling it for $4,500 on eBay. And so I really hope this makes sense. I know there's a lot of different cards that have had the same thing happen to them, where it's just the card's doing well, and then you see a couple My Slabs comps that are lower, and then all of a sudden people on eBay sell it for lower, and then the effect continues, and the card continues to go down in price. And so I definitely want people to be a little bit more aware of where the comps are coming from, because on certain places such as eBay, the seller's netting 13% less, like I said, and then on My Slabs, the seller's pretty much getting the face value price that it says it's sold for. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. I hope this video helps some of you guys out. If you enjoyed, go ahead and subscribe. If you would like to enter into the giveaway, follow us on Instagram at itskanalahuja, and subscribe to the channel and comment the word done. Other than that, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'm out. Peace.